Cheers. Ooh, with porcelain this time.
That's pretty good.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Yeah, it's just nice to just walk into your fucking kitchen or bar and just whip out something. Or whip up something. My fault.
I did by not. A fraction of a second, you beat me to it. I was in my face. My eyes went wide. I'm like,
I mean, is that a stirring spoon, or are you just happy to see me?
Oh shit!
I thought I'd make it a little bit further into the podcast without saying something inappropriate, but
nope.
That's got to be a record.
Oh god,
man. So
that's how we that's how we welcome everybody to another episode. Well, yeah. That's how we do it here.
Yeah, that is how we do it here.
So yeah, welcome everyone to another episode of the podcast where we pull back the curtain and give you some insight on what goes on behind the scenes of your favorite bar and restaurant. We like to call it the industry perspective.
Yeah, we're giving you more than just a tip. I don't say that enough.
You don't.
I do. I should, maybe I could figure out a way to make that an outro. Usually the tip is at the end. So maybe I can make some kind of an outro with that.
Depends on the context.
Depends on the tip.
What?
Just saying, it depends on the tip. When I got lunch today, I paid and tipped before I got my food.
Oh.
Yeah, it was an honor system.
Okay.
I was like, you know what? My food's going to be good. I've eaten here before. I just took a leap out on faith. And I was right. It was actually really good.
Good.
Felt really bad for the server because they were in there by themselves with just them and the cook.
Oh,
and you can tell it's like a family-owned restaurant.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. But it was a really nice place. We've eaten there before, that Korean wing place over like way out there. But yeah, she was the only person there that was on the front, of the restaurant. And I was like, I'm gonna kick you a couple bucks extra, man.
Yeah.
You're just sitting here chilling by yourself. And I was the only one there, and I was there for close to an hour.
Can't wait to have a server on here so they can tell us about how it is to be the only server to also bust your tables and run your food too. That shit.
I mean, I could talk about that. I've never been, my job title's never been server, but I've worked at places where I was the only person there.
Yeah.
And I had to be the bar back, the bartender, the server, the food runner, and in some instances, the janitor.
Yeah, we worked at that place together.
Yeah, but no, I'm also talking about the second place.
Oh, shit.
Second place we worked at together. I had that happen a lot. And then the spot I worked in Seattle, in the mornings, which I never understood why we were open that early. If it's one good thing that's come from the last 2 years in dealing with COVID, is not having to open up a bar at 11 a.m. I never understood that when I was in the industry before the pandemic, and I'm glad it's one of those things that businesses finally picked up on. A bar shouldn't be open that early unless it's just a neighborhood bar.
Or unless you're in fucking Vegas or Miami, some place that's a vacation spot.
Right.
Or because that shit don't make no fucking sense.
Yeah. A mom and pop bar style place that serves food, or hole in the wall bar, like a Cheers type. That being open in the morning, I get that. But a TGI Fridays should not be open at 11 a.m. These big name chains open up 5, 6 o'clock when people are getting off of work. But they learned the hard way, I guess.
Yes, they did. Said that TGI Fridays, though, right? I've never been to a TGI Friday, so
I haven't been to one in so long. I forgot they were still open. And the only reason I said Fridays is because I drove past one today. And I was like, oh, right. Fridays still exists.
They're business.
They were not busy. They didn't have that much business. But again, like I said, shouldn't be open that early.
No.
And no one's making any money at that point. You're losing money by being open. I would see sales that were $80 for an 8-hour shift.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, it still does. I think really what it is just it has something to do with, the rent that they're paying for the property You know, so they're like, well, we got to justify having the lights on this many hours a day in order for us to pay to be in this building and this and that. I mean, that's why everyone's getting rushed back to work now. Because they're like, well, we're paying for these buildings, so somebody's got to be in them. It's like, or you could just stop paying so much for buildings. But hey, what do I know? I'm a bartender.
Yeah. You don't. Yeah.
Just a bartender.
Just make drinks, man.
But it does suck to be the only person there, having to run your own food while also watching the bar. And depending on where you work and what kind of clientele you have, it's not always safe for you to leave the bar to go do anything.
Fuck no.
Because you'll come back and they'll be gone. But yeah. Anyway, how was your week? We kind of trailed off there.
It was good. Well, sort of. Didn't have a busy weekend. The two of the events that were scheduled got canceled, so pretty slow. Pretty slow. Nothing exciting really on my end, except when people brought their dogs and kittens.
Right.
So that was nice.
Yeah, that's always exciting.
It was great.
Yeah.
Tiny baby kitten, but that was the highlight of my weekend.
Word. That's another thing. Go ahead.
I won at bingo on Thursday.
What?
Yeah. There's an apron over there. Oh, I showed it.
Wait, yeah, you showed me.
Yeah,
because we're like, who's gonna wear it?
Yeah.
I don't know.
So,
we both own aprons that we're never gonna wear.
I won at bingo.
I took mine out of spite though. I was like, this company owes me an apron at the very least. I don't even like aprons. But I wanted to bring up something that you said, especially with us being in the summer, which is something that a lot of people don't really pay attention to, or at least they don't know, is that this is a slow time of the year for us.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of bars and restaurants, you know, the summertime is, we don't do a lot of business depending on where you are. I mean, if you're a bigger place, then maybe. If you're like, especially here in LA, you have a patio or you're next to the beach, like you'll be busy.
Yeah,
you know, be busy-ish. But for a lot of people, this is the slow time of year, and you got to make that money like stretch out that much longer. So for those who don't know, like if an event cancels, you don't get paid. So it's not like going to a regular 9-to-5 job where you clock in and, hey, this is my hourly, this is what I make for the amount of time I'm here. You know, you basically signed that contract.
Mm-hmm.
But with service industry, if no one's there, you don't make any money. So
that's it.
You know, shout out to everybody that's dealing with the slow time, because I know it's rough, man.
Boy, that holiday money though.
Oof, it's a coming.
Love that.
It's a coming.
I cannot wait.
Yeah.
Also though, because this is the real first year where the world is open, so people are vacationing.
Yeah.
Even a vacation place like LA is kind of, I guess, taking a hit because people don't want to come here. They want to go see the world that they didn't get to see for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So
I got a homie in Paris right now. Yeah, he's just like, you know what? I'm going to Paris. Cool, do it. Yeah, I called that one. I had a feeling that was coming. I think I was saying that back in about April or May. I was like, this summer is going to be the worst one we've seen, just because now that the world is open, people get to like go out, and a lot of people haven't been out ever. You know, for the people who turned 21 during the pandemic, or people who haven't been out in forever, and you know, now they're coming out and they don't know how much things cost anymore. So all of a sudden, that's our fault. How dare you charge this amount for this? I'm like, my bad. I'll change the prices next time.
Oh, that's a good segue.
Yeah.
Look at you, just strolling in with the segue.
Strolling right in with the segue.
Ooh, that was good. I didn't even see that one coming.
Yeah, exactly. I came around that corner hot.
Yeah.
No ringing bell, nothing. You know, just lean in.
On the sidewalk?
On the sidewalk.
Not supposed to be?
Hey, this is LA. Right. What is it with motherfuckers riding scooters the opposite way now? Like, if traffic's going this way, they're going right against it. Like, if you want to be in the road, go with traffic.
Mm-hmm.
Don't bring your ass head-on collision with me playing chicken. You know what I mean? Eventually, you can get your wings clipped. I'm sorry. I know everybody else out there thinking the same thing, too. They want to hit somebody on a scooter.
Yeah.
And I want to hit them more when I can look them in the eyes as they're riding past me.
You're the last thing they see.
Yeah.
I find it hilarious when people are riding their scooters, or I even seen a fucking Vespa on the sidewalk, and then they have to go around you or whatever. They have to stop, and then they look at you like you fucked up. Like, this is the sidewalk.
Yeah.
not the side ride.
Side ride.
You should be taking that shit. Even the bicycles, that should be on the street. Fuck, even skateboards too. Like I ride my longboard on the side of the street.
Mm-hmm.
If there's no empty sidewalk, but
right.
Yeah, they look at me funny. Like I fucked up. Like no, I'm walking here.
I'm walking
here.
You know what I saw last week? A motherfucker on a unicycle.
What?
I saw a hipster on a unicycle, man. I thought they died out during the pandemic like a meteor, like the dinosaurs. But nah, the hipsters are back, man. They're coming in on one wheel. A big ass unicycle too.
Oh, shit.
Like almost the cartoony style.
Like that bicentennial style shit?
Yeah.
Like Ben Frank.
Yeah.
Using the cycle.
Like, bro, you had to turn into Spider-Man to get on top of that, right? You were climbing a wall. Don't tell me you just went right in on that. I'm sorry. There's no way. But yeah, he was just riding a unicycle.
How do you...
Yeah. I just wanted to get that out. I had no segue away from there.
Yeah.
I just wanted the world to know that I saw a motherfucker riding a fucking unicycle. On Main.
Unicycle in 2022.
On Main and 4th. So right in the heart of downtown. You know what I mean? I've never wanted a crackhead to jump out into the street so much as I did right there. I just wanted him to get tackled and yelled at.
That sounds like a cartoonish way of failing. A crackhead tackling a unicycle. Sounds like something on a
Hey, you got $1? You got a unicycle, man. I know you got disposable income. Who just buys a unicycle? I'm sorry. Anyway, but as far as price blaming, just so everyone knows, your bartender and server, we don't make the prices.
No.
Ever. Even if we try to suggest a price, no one's paying attention to us. Like, we're not the ones who do it. I understand you could buy a whole bottle for that. Then buy a whole bottle for that. I mean, what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
They got to pay me to be there.
Mm-hmm.
They got to pay for the lights to be on.
Mm-hmm.
And honestly, think of the bar like a prepaid cell phone. So
that's a good one. We're
buying the minutes up front so that you can come in here and run your damn mouth. Yeah, we're buying those extra minutes, those anytime minutes. You know, they gotta buy the liquor, and if it's a restaurant, they gotta buy the food and everything. They're buying that based off of profit. So they need profit. If they charge the same thing it costs you for a bottle, then the place wouldn't be open. You'd have nowhere to go.
Yeah.
You're paying for the experience, which is why the experience got so tailored to the guests for a few years.
That's what I've always told people, especially when it came to tipping too. Like, I don't know if we touched on that. I don't think we did we?
We can touch on it now.
All right. I would get into, I guess, debates with friends about this. Like, oh, well, should you tip? Yes or no? And my argument has always been like, you should always tip the minimum if you don't want to. Like, if it's like, oh, well, my experience was bad, you should still tip. Because when you step out of that house and you go to a diner, a bar, whatever the fuck it is, if somebody is servicing you, you're paying for that experience. Like you step out of the house so somebody else can make your food, bring you your drinks, bring you your food, all that stuff. So it's...
I just wanted to say, if someone's serving you, then you need to tip them. If they're servicing you, you need to give them more than just a regular tip. If they're servicing you. If your server is servicing you, pay them more. You know what servicing is?
I think I know what you're doing.
Okay, all right.
And I'm trying to ignore it.
For the people out there who are like me and they heard if someone's servicing you, then you should give them a good tip. I'm like, I mean, well, yeah. It was very distracting.
Anyways, my point was... Jesus Christ. My point
Don't bring
was...
him into this.
Huh?
What?
I'm never going to finish.
That's not my problem. I'm going to get mine. Which is what I always say in that instance.
Oh,
you better hurry up.
Oh, you're still here?
I mean, this is a race. You better get yours before I do. I'm sorry. Because I'll be at the finish line just staring at you like, hey, should have got here first. All right.
I'm never gonna get to my point.
Yeah, okay. See?
Anyways,
All right.
The point being is that when you step out, go to dinner, go to drinks, whatever it is, you should have in mind that you're gonna tip, even if it's just the minimum.
Yeah.
Because you're paying somebody else to do the things you could do at home,
Yeah.
but because you decided not to do it at home, you're paying for the food, yes, but you're also having somebody come bring it for you,
Right.
and cater to you and
Right.
do all those things. So yes, you need to tip. If you don't want to tip, stay the fuck home, make your own food, bring the plate to your own table, and fucking make your own drinks.
Right.
That's a hill I will 100% die on. Now, if you have outstanding service, go ahead, give them some more. If
Right.
service is bad, fuck, leave them $4 or $5.
Right.
But not tipping, it's like, yes, you need to tip. That is a hill I will die on.
No, I'm. You already know how I feel
Yeah.
about that, but in case anybody else out there is wondering, I will be right on that same hill with you. I kind of wanted to clarify. Well, I don't want to say clarify as if you missed it. Just saying that what you said made me think of this. A lot of times people don't realize that having someone serve you, like you said, they're catering to you, they're bringing your food to you, someone else is cooking your food, someone's doing all the things that you don't want to do. It's the same as paying someone to do your taxes, paying someone to, paint your house, all those things that, yeah, you could do it, but you can't do it as good as the person who does it every day. That's why you're paying them to do it. You're saying, I am going to give you my money for you to give me an experience that I cannot give myself the same way because I don't do it every day. Now, if someone's not taking care of you, then yeah, go talk to a manager, of course, but that's where, the Karens and the Kevins of the world have kind of ruined it because they want to talk to a manager when they have the slightest inconvenience, when really it's because they want to be treated irregular in a regular setting. You're a regular person in a regular setting. I'm not giving you irregular service, which irregular means like you want me to go and grab 5 candles from the back for your kid's birthday cake. And why didn't I have candles for your kid's birthday cake? Well, you bought the cake. Why didn't you bring the candles? You know what I mean? Like, those are the kind of things I've seen people get yelled at for. Like, why don't you have that? What kind of place doesn't have birthday candles? Well, what kind of parent buys a cake and doesn't say, you know what? Let me get some candles up in this bitch.
Party City.
Yeah, like, they sell them at Target. I seen them today. You know what I mean? So it's just, have some empathy for the fact that someone's doing a job that you cannot do. The same way that you would look at them and say, well, you can't do my job as good as I do it. No, I can't. And if I had to pay you to do that job for me, to do a service for me, I wouldn't complain that I had to pay that amount for you, because I know that that is what the standard is. That's where, that's where the business standard is. The market is for what it is that you do.
Yeah.
It's all of the world. But for some reason in the service industry, it's still looked down as beneath and lower than like servants.
And to play devil's advocate, now that I remember we kind of did touch on this, people say like, oh, well, they should pay them more. Then stop going to that place and stop giving them your money.
Yeah.
Because what you're doing is you're enabling that establishment to not pay them more so you don't tip.
Mm-hmm.
It's like you go there and be like, well, they should pay you more. So you support them not paying me more because you're here giving them your money.
Right.
Stop going to those places if that's how you feel about tipping. They
Right.
should pay you more. And stop going out to eat. Stop going to bars. Stop going to establishments that don't pay their employees livable wages, if that's how you feel. Which is almost every single service place.
The majority of them. But I also don't want people to feel that we're saying, hey, well, it's on you to find out what a place pays. Like, that's not your job.
All I'm saying is be empathetic.
Just be empathetic.
Yeah,
like,
empathy,
if someone's having a bad day, guess what? They're unlike you, they're having their bad day in front of everyone, and they still know that they have to try to give you the best service possible, despite everything else they're dealing with. And you may have a job where you're having a bad day and you don't have to talk to anyone the entire day, and you get to process that. There are people who find out a loved one has passed, or had a hard time finding, a sitter for their kid because they had to work a night shift and their sitter had to cancel or something, or daycare expenses were way too high and it's hard for them to be able to pay for their kids to go to daycare, but their kids have to do something because they got to go to work.
Mm-hmm.
But they're also dealing with all of that and then having to bring your plate and then refill your drinks without you having to process that your drink is almost empty and things like that. We have to cater to your needs while still thinking in the back of our minds all the needs that we have and our kids may have and our family members may have. Like, so just be empathetic for the person who's trying to take care of you while also trying to take care of everyone else, and a lot of times themselves not even be on the list of people they have to take care of.
Yeah, because I'm not going to like a Wells Fargo office building and saying like, why the fuck are you guys pounding all these overdraft fees on me?
Yeah.
Like, I don't go to your place and do that. So don't come to a bar or whatever with that bullshit.
I actually do that. Not with
you go to
Wells Fargo because fuck Wells Fargo. But I mean, when there's times when someone's at my bar and they tell me there's something that they do and it's a service I've used or something, like when Spotify people came in, I was like, man, why don't this shit over here work? Because I wanted to be like, I just wanted to rub it in. Like, they looked at me like, what? I'm like, I'm just fucking with you. That's how people come into me. They think like I run a whole bunch of things in this fucking building and I don't. And it's like, oh, you work at that one place. Man, answer all my questions for me, because when
You're serving me Tito's, why does it taste like this? I don't fucking know.
But also I'm saying, when you go somewhere and someone finds out you're a bartender, like, how isn't it difficult to get bartender or server out of someone when you ask them what they do? Or isn't it difficult to get it out of you when you're in a social setting with people you don't know? Because you're like, I don't want you to know I'm a bartender because you're about to ask me a whole bunch of fucking questions I don't feel like answering right now. I'm not bartending right now. Or my absolute favorite thing is when you go to a party or a kickback and someone finds out you're a fucking bartender. Oh God. Shit. Oh man. Do not ever ask me to do that shit again, yo. I'll leave the party. I will fucking get in my car and dip.
I'll charge you.
And I'm taking the bottle with me. I'm like, you know what? This is the stupid tax. I'm just walking the fuck out. I fucking hate that shit, bro.
You're a bartender making some drinks. You guys have fucking Jameson, vodka, Coca-Cola, Red Bull, and orange juice. What do you want me to?
Cranberry juice.
What could you possibly want me to make you that you can't make yourself?
Yeah. You got like 2-pour system and you want me to do mixology.
Yeah, because if you want me to make the drink, I'm going to give you 1.5 ounces and then fill the rest of it with mixer. Yeah. And then you're going to be like, well, I don't taste it. No.
I got one for you. There was one day back when I lived in Phoenix. There's this couple and I love them. I love them to death. So like, I don't think they listen to podcasts, so they'll probably never hear this. But straight up, I was so mad at them one day. They asked me to come over to their house because they were going to be showing this boxing fight, right? Mm-hmm. And they were like, yo, take the night off. We're going to throw you like, whatever money or whatever. And we're going to buy bottles. We're going to buy mixers. And like, we just want you to mix cocktails, but not be the bartender. Like, we don't want you to be behind the bar the entire time. But we just want you to be like, yo, if you're making drinks for yourself, if you're standing near the drinks and someone's like, hey, da-da-da, just make them. And just like teach you some shit. You know what I'm saying? I was like, all right, cool. I'll give that a shot. And I get there. They didn't buy half the shit I asked them to buy. Yeah. They had no space for me to actually set up anything at all. And then when I'm sitting here trying to walk people through cocktails and shit, half people there is like, man, I don't want to drink that shit. Just give me a Jack and Coke or just give me a Bud Light. And I just looked at them and was like, I took the night off for this. I hope you understand. And they didn't even give me the money. I didn't talk to them for almost a year after that, bro. I didn't talk to them for almost a year. Whenever they would come into the bar, I'd say what up or whatever. But like, I didn't fuck with them for a long time for that, bro. Like, for real. It's like finding out your friend, and I've had this happen in the past. You find out your friend is a mechanic. So you're like, yo, can you help me with my car? They're like, yeah, if you bring it to the shop. It's like, no, just you. I want you to fix this major engine failure. I want you to rebuild my motor in my car so that it doesn't cost me as much at a shop or whatever. It's like, nah, bro, I can't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You need to take it to a shop. Like, my bad. I went on a rant there, but sorry, man. I was feeling that. I hate when people do that shit. You ever had that happen? Like at a party?
Yeah, definitely. House parties and shit like that. Friends knew I was bartending. They're like, "Oh, make us something." I'm like, "You guys have just Sprite, tequila, vodka. You want me to just pour it all together in a cup and give it to you? Is that what you want?" Oh wait, there's Malibu. Okay, I'll splash some Malibu on the top.
Here's some coconut liqueur. I don't understand why people don't even understand Malibu isn't like a spirit; it's a liqueur.
Why do you say that? And I'm gonna take this chance to talk shit.
Yeah.
And I just remembered I get to talk shit tomorrow on my other podcast.
Do it.
Yeah. All right. So speaking of Malibu, and this is no shade to Malibu whatsoever. This is more. This is more shade towards the person I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Because fuck that person.
Yeah.
So a former friend of mine would always brag about how he would finish a bottle of Malibu at his house party. Right? And he'd always brag about it and just be like, "Oh yeah, man, I just killed this whole bottle of Malibu like for the pregame before people came over." And one day I just told him like, "Hey man, like there's barely any alcohol in there, right?" He's like, "Oh yeah, but like it's the whole bottle." I'm like, "Bro, put that in the freezer right now.
Yeah.
Come back in an hour."
Yeah.
Did that. It was fucking frozen. I told him like, "Bro, there's not enough alcohol in here because it's frozen."
Yeah.
I was like, "Stop bragging about this. You sound fucking dumb. Stop bragging about killing a bottle of Malibu. It's mostly sugar."
Yeah.
That's why you have a bad hangover.
Yep.
Stop.
Yeah.
After that night, he stopped bragging about it.
Oh man.
Well, like, look at the bottle. It's fucking 30 proof. What are you getting from this? Besides fucking diabetes. Stop chugging this shit and bragging about it.
Yo, what is it with? I mean, I know we're getting a little bit away from it lately, or at least this is what I've seen.
This was also like 10 years ago.
Yeah, no, I'm actually segueing to something else. That's actually not on our topic list. This is a freebie. What is it with people still insisting on their drinks to be full of sugar? I seriously, and I'm not saying if you're at a club. If you're at a club and you want to order shit that's all sugar, go ahead. You need the sugar to go out there and get rejected another 30 times anyway. Sugar always makes me feel better when I get rejected. Sugar. That's why I eat a tub of ice cream. But like for people who want like nothing but Long Islands and AMFs and all that shit, there's a reason your bartender's rolling their eyes at you. Mm-hmm. But especially here in LA. In LA, have you noticed since we've moved here, no one has sour mix? Everyone's scratch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No one has sour mix because LA doesn't respect fucking sour mix. You know what I'm saying? Because it's all sugar. All that is just a sugar to just give you a sugar rush and make you think that your drink tastes good when it's not good.
Yeah.
But how many people are still ordering whiskey sours, amaretto sours, Midori sours and things like that, and they just want Midori and sour mix? So you want sugar and sugar.
Yeah, sugar
or
with sugar.
Let me get a Di Serono sour. So you want almond sugar and sugar. Like, are you fucking serious? For anyone out there who drinks amaretto sours, Midori sours, and stuff like that, especially if you drink them at a nightclub or just a hole-in-the-wall bar or whatever, if it's not shaken, all you're drinking is sugar. I just want you to know that. Mm-hmm. If you're drinking it and it's an actual cocktail and it's sour, then usually there's going to be egg whites in it to help it foam, to give it that look. Doesn't really change the flavor all too much. There's a slight flavor change, I would say, like a light one. But the sour part of it is scratch. It's lemon, a little bit of sweetener. Balance, it's supposed to taste really good. Some cocktail bars or bars or whatever will add a little bit more of a spirit to give the flavor or give the cocktail more body. Like for Midori sour, I'll usually add vodka. or for like a decent Rona, I'll add bourbon.
Mm-hmm.
Just to give you a little bit more punch, so you're not just drinking sour mix and sugar or whatever. And people send them back because they just wanted something sweet. Well, then I'd rather you come up to me and say, can you just make me something that's sweet, but has actual alcohol in it, that has actual spirit in it? I can make you 20 other things that either will have like a vodka or a whiskey or rum or something like that. And I can take you on a journey, or I can just give you a glass of sugar. I can give you a Capri Sun. You're basically drinking adult Capri Suns at that point. So I just wanted to get that out there for people. If you're ordering sours, if it's not being shaken, that means there's no egg white. And it means you're just paying for a big old glass of sugar. And that high, that buzz that you feel is just a sugar rush. Yeah. You're not getting a lot of alcohol in your cocktail. So stop ordering that shit. Yeah. You're going to have a nasty ass fucking hangover the next day. Malibu pineapple, you're drinking a liqueur, which we've just talked about, has a low alcohol content, with pineapple juice. You're just drinking adult pineapple juice, basically. Like, no, order something else. Get a tequila pineapple.
Be an adult.
Yeah, please.
Be an adult. That's it.
Like the be a man guy.
Yeah.
Be a man.
Be a man.
Yeah. Be a woman. Be non-binary. Just be something.
Yeah.
Other than trash.
Be grown up.
Yeah. Just be an adult.
Yeah.
Maybe that'll be my new term. I just call everyone adults. Can't offend anybody as long as they're over 18.
That's true.
And then anyone under 18, if they're over 15, they're going to like that I call them adult. Because we're always trying to grow up too fast. Damn. Stay smart.
Damn.
I'm just trying not to offend while I offend.
You coming with deep thoughts.
Deep offenses.
Oh my God. So stop blaming your bartenders for the prices. We don't control it.
It's not our fault.
Stop blaming your servers. Why fucking avocado costs $1 extra? It's not our fault.
Man, I moved to California. I'm scared to get avocados now.
I just bought some.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They were 99 cents. Oh, 79 cents for the smaller ones.
That's what's up.
Yeah. Apparently there's a surplus of avocados.
Really?
I saw that in the internet. And then somebody said,
do the white women know?
I don't know, because there's a surplus.
Sounded like you said a slurplus.
I almost did. But
hey, Becky, you want these avocados?
Somebody on Twitter.
I'm just gonna go on the corner with 2 fucking bowls of guac and wait, get me a white woman.
You gotta have a Starbucks with you too.
Hey man, now I got good credit, guacamole, and pumpkin spice. What else do you want?
Oh shit! There you go. I'm gonna bag him a white woman. But somebody re-quoted that tweet and said something along the lines of like, well, maybe if y'all weren't charging so much for guac a couple of years ago, you wouldn't have that many avocados. It's like, yeah.
Bars.
Yeah. Now look at you, sitting on all those avocados. Stop. Don't do that.
Sorry. Sorry, I already pictured it. I already pictured it. Yeah. I'm gonna have to open up Reddit and see if I can find that now.
Oh, you will.
As you take a sip, as you've already seen it.
Possibly.
Yeah. Forward that to me. I want to see someone sitting on an avocado.
I don't know if you do.
Well, now I do.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Probably look like
don't be mad.
Probably look like an oversized chicken.
Moving on.
What if someone out there thinks that avocados come from Mexican chickens?
That's actually pretty funny.
Mexican chickens make avocados. I mean, these are Mexican eggs. Someone thinks that that's what huevos rancheros is.
Oh, shit.
All right.
Oh.
Okay.
Are you high right now?
No. I feel like I should be. These are all high thoughts, but I am not.
Oh,
I'm
fuck.
gonna order that next time I go to get somewhere and get breakfast. And be like, "What can I give you? Can I get some Mexican eggs with my omelet?" Like, wait, what? Oh, I just want an omelet with avocado. Like, wait, what?
They're gonna throw you out. Yeah, fucking throw you out. Just don't do that shit with me. Cause I'll get up and walk out.
Oh man, I have no choice now. I have no choice. The same way, whenever we go out to a bar, you immediately ask if they have Casamigos. That's gonna be my Casamigos. So I ask if,
Fair enough.
Do you guys have Mexican eggs?
Touche.
Honestly, do we still want to get to that other topic? I really wanted to talk about that this week, though. We don't need a funny segue or anything.
No.
Can you go off on it? I've gone off a few times today. We got to give the luster dusters what they want, bro. They don't want to be talking the whole time.
Well, it's kind of funny because I wouldn't say I've done that, but like if I tell people I want to go somewhere, it's because I know somebody there. But more of the sense of like we're going there because I know somebody there, because it's a dope spot. That's why I know them. Not like, oh, we're gonna get free shit all fucking night. Like I don't say it with that tone. It's more like, let's go here. I know that bartender. They're cool as fuck. You'll love them.
Yeah.
And it's a dope spot.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of times where I've had that experience where somebody said, "Oh, let's go here. Yeah, we'll get free rounds," and we don't get free rounds. It's like, look at my friend. It's like, I thought you said this one. Thought we were gonna get our drinks paid for. What's up? Oh, well, just one. Just not even one round. Just one drink. So am I paying for this or are you? I got it, bro. Don't worry.
Yeah. Oh man.
I mean, I never had somebody come into a bar where I worked at expecting that. So, have I? I probably have. I just can't think of it right now.
I will say, I mean, you know this about me, but for those of you out there that don't know this about me, every city I go to, eventually, I work my way into like knowing people there, where I can go here and go there, and people know me. And,
infiltrates.
Yeah, I do. I slither in. I'm not a Hufflepuff.
This man Sam Fisher over here just sneaking his way in.
Yeah, man. But the reason why I like to do that is for the same reason as you do. I want to go to a place that I think is dope and know someone who works there, because then I know they're going to add to the experience.
Yeah.
I never expect free shit.
No.
My main reason for bringing, this whole thing up is, or at least not rebuttaling, but, staying on my side, is you should never go to a place expecting things to be free. And I'll tell you why. For a lot of people, you don't understand what the person who's serving you has to go through to try to give you something for free. Because there's no such thing as free. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. Like, a lot of people think, oh, you're hooking it up, you're giving me free shit. It's like, depending on where you work, I can give you one shot and get fired within 2 minutes. I've seen it happen. You know what I mean? I've worked private events where someone gave away a free drink on accident and got sent home. I've seen it. So there's no such thing as free. Now, depending on where someone works, they might have, like things in place with the management, the owners, or whatever, that they're like, hey, if you want to buy someone around, but we still got to put that in the system. We still got to make sure that that's accounted for so that inventory is done right. Because if the inventory is all crazy, like, hey, it says that we have this amount of alcohol and we actually have this, then they're going to start looking at everybody and be like, well, where's that alcohol going? And the first thing they're going to think is, well, they must be giving it away. Because they're going to look, management, GMs, whatever, they don't immediately look at their staff and say, oh, they must be drinking all themselves. Because usually by the time it gets to a point where it's noticed, that's a high amount of alcohol. So they couldn't have been drinking it themselves. So they know, well, either the person is not ringing in their mistakes or not ringing in the stuff that they say they're buying for someone, or they're just giving it away. And then all of a sudden that stops for everybody. Now nobody can get a hookup, not your regulars, not your homies, not nothing. So don't go into a place immediately thinking like, I just want to get taken care of and this and that. Like, go in there just hoping to have a good experience with someone that you've had a good experience with. And if they can take care of you, they will.
Yeah.
Your server, your bartender, if they like you, they'll get the round for you, or they'll get something for you without you having to ask for it. Mm-hmm. You got to take care of them on the front end. It's prepaid. Everything is prepaid. It's all transactional. You got to do something for me to remember you, to have that good energy around you when you walk through the door, that I want to take care of you. If you haven't done anything for me, why am I going to take care of you? I still got 100 to 200 more people I got to see the rest of the night. They're going to want the same thing that you want. So if you want something, you got to give something.
Yeah, I completely agree.
Yeah, cool. All right. Well,
I had no, I mean, you nailed it on the head. I had nothing to add to that. That was
it just happens too much, man. It really does. You know, thankfully, spot I'm at now, I don't see that, you know, too much. And the people who like try to come at me like that, I'm like, dude, it's not that expensive here. So calm down.
That reminds me of the place that we first worked at together, where the regulars were so accustomed to basically having 3 ounces of liquor in their drink with like a splash of whatever.
Yeah.
And then when the owner cracked down and said, no, we got these new pours that measures exactly 1 ounce.
Yeah.
That's what they pay for. They never came back.
Yeah.
They never came back. 1, because they expected it, and then 2, because the owner got real cheap and greedy.
Yeah.
Even though she was making bunch of money on these bottles.
But on top of it, she also created that environment.
Yeah.
And then decided, well, I don't want to have it anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of telling her guests, she put her soldiers out on the front line to take all the shrapnel, man.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Every one of those bombs blowing up, we took all of it, man. Like, that's when I walked out. Like,
even some of they were like, no, I don't blame you. It's like, I told him, he's like, can you put more in there? I'm like, I can't. I have to charge you for it.
Yeah.
He's like, damn, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And he's like, hey man, I'm sorry. We have these new pours and she wants us to like, exactly. He's like, well, I won't be back.
Yeah.
I told him, I don't blame you.
Yeah. I won't be here that much longer anyway. Yeah, man. I remember that. Like, that was my walkout on that one. That's the only job I ever walked out on. And it was because someone was price blaming me and coming at me all crazy and shit like that. And I was like, dude, I don't need to work in a place where this is okay, you know, because that person did that because they felt comfortable doing it.
Yeah.
You know, to the point where the person I was working with, who should have had my back, was just like, yeah, okay. And I'm like, bruh, what are you talking about? I just had your back literally a week ago.
Mm-hmm.
When someone was talking all this shit about you, and you can't even tell them, like, hey, man, don't talk about them like that. That's all you had to say. I don't need you to down a hill for you, but at least tell them, motherfucker, hey, man, don't talk about them like that. You know, but it is what it is, man. It definitely is what it is. Cool. So we got our main 2 topics out this week, brother.
Okay.
And we're almost at 45, which is pretty good length of an episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Since last week's was a little bit shorter.
Yeah, I mean, that one, life just kind of caught up to us. Yeah, it just did. I got nothing else on that one. We had a busy couple days, but we got the episode out, and I'm really happy about that. We said 2 weeks, so that would mean next week's episode is supposed to be video. How do you feel about that?
Not good. No, man, I gotta redo my plates. Yeah. I gotta do my insurance.
That's not what I'm talking about. I'm just saying, like, how do you feel about us going to video next week?
As long as I got a haircut.
Yeah, man, you need a fucking haircut. Yeah, the only thing that sucks, though, is that if we do it next week, I won't have a haircut. But my shit don't look that bad. And we gotta start getting haircuts on the same week, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, well, I get mine every 2 weeks now. Mine's already set. Like, in calendar. Hey, every 2 weeks, bam, get me a hair.
I can't do video until I get a haircut.
Are you getting one this week or next week?
Probably next week.
Next week?
Yeah.
So you want to do an extra week?
Probably, yeah.
All right, y'all. Y'all heard it here. He wants to wait an extra week. We said next week.
I need that haircut.
Oh my God. You know what? It's okay. It's totally fine. You got to give the lesser dusters what they want. And they want you with the haircut. All right?
I want me with the haircut.
Anyway, so they want you with the haircut.
Don't make that face.
So we're going to go ahead. We're going to wait one more week. I apologize, everybody, for us not sticking to what we said last week.
Don't be sorry.
Life happens.
Don't be sorry.
Life fucking happens.
I'm not sorry.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, so we want to wait an extra week for the merchandise as well. Yeah, because we can't put. Actually, this kind of works for me because with everything that I got going on with Soul Coffee right now, it gives me an extra week to get that done because I wanted to add some other shirts. Shut the fuck up.
Just do shit.
Excuses.
See that? This is what I do, man, without even trying. It's very effortless.
You definitely don't give any effort.
Kanye said, good things come to those who wait, so I'll be at least about an hour late.
Wait, word?
I said Kanye said...
No, I heard you. I said word. I didn't.
Oh,
I didn't
you said what?
That. Nah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Nah, I didn't know that. I don't pay attention to Kanye.
I'm from Chicago. Kind of have to.
I'm not, so I don't. And that's what we're leaving. I guess. Wait, what was the sign off I was gonna say? Something about
give more than the tip.
Give him more than the tip.
Yeah.
I mean, God, I got to work on that.
You do.
Yeah.
Because if I'm doing the intro, you got to do the outro.
So what you're saying is I'm the nice guy because I'm finishing last.